Hi guys, welcome. We are on the ISO of ALCI, so ArcoLinux Calamares installer. ALCI.online is just a what if. All the knowledge I have from building Arch Labs, Arch Merge, ArcoLinux the last 4 years have been combined in here with the idea, let's start with ArcoLinux, get Calamares in there and be done with it. Now from time to time you need to rebuild Calamares, and this is one of those times. And I do believe we have a listing down up here, so if you want to look for words, this is maybe a good place to start and see if there is something in here that helps you with the issue that you have at this point in time. So here's a lot of information and it's all numbered, as you see. So we really started so you can binge watch all the things we've done over the months, maybe years. I don't know how long ago I started with this. But the thing is, from time to time we need to build a new Calamares. So we have it's those times that here we have it, boost and boost libs. So remember YouTube, ArcoLinux, Calamares, boost and boost libs, and look at the videos, because that's one of the things if you do an update on your system. I always tell, do it like this and then look at the names, right? Get to know the names. After 4 years you've seen a lot of names pop by and see the messages that these developers give you. And one of the things that just came in, RIP, right, is boost and boost libs, or was it just boost libs? That should ring a bell, right? If you're a developer, if you're working with Calamares, that should ring a bell and say, oh my god, here it is, boost. I need to rebuild. So this is another video about boost libs, but I'll do something more. Let's say that Eric Dubois is no more there, right? Because my priority lies with ArcoLinux and lies with Carly. This is like when I have the time, spare time, right? So number 32 will be actually you build Calamares and you put it online. I have no time for it, meaning you can't build it at this point in time. If you try to build it, so you go to GitHub and you go to one of those guys and you're gonna download it, git clone it and try to build it, it will build nice and great, but Calamares won't boot because the version we have on the repo is not compatible with the newest boost and boost libs, meaning no Calamares. So if Eric is not around, has no time, then you need to build Calamares. Okay, so that's the job. That's what we need to do. We need to cut our umbilical cord, so to speak, and say, I'm alone and I can do this. And you can, no problem. So super shift enter, you git clone all the things that are online from ALCI. And you'll see that there is an ALCI package build and we have Calamares in here and we have two guys. Just this is to play around, development, so to speak, but basically for me it's exactly the same thing, and for you it should be as well. But if you're thinking of making a distribution or something, you make a development ISO and you play around with those settings, and the rest you keep away from the users. That's the idea. So this little guy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, that's not difficult. Building a new Calamares is changing the number, like so. Number 2, that's it. And then you go in here, package build, and 1 becomes 2. This is the reference from github.com/calamares/calamares. Make an account, be present, log in, and how they call it again, see that you get all the posts in. There's a button you have to press at the top right corner, so you are getting all the mails and all the things in, so you know what's going on with your tool. Then you're gonna make a new package build by just saying make package, and that's it. So that's not difficult. Making this is not difficult. The thing is, Eric is not around and the repo that we have is not good, so I need to make my own repo. Yeah, you should have your own repo. The question is, will you make it online? Fine. Then it's all explained in the articles, in the listing, how to make a repo and how to put everything online. But there's also something like how to add your local custom repo to ALCI. So there is also the possibility to create something that's not online. Why would you put something online? Kind of backup. That's one reason. And the other reason is if your system fails, if you're not right, intermediate, beginner Linux, and if system crashes, you can't access your files anymore. Yeah, you do a clean install and you do git clone and it's back. So that's a super backup for sure. If you make a repo locally, it's there. That's only there. So that's the advantage, is its privacy, right? That you're doing your thing and nobody knows anything about it. It's a closed box. Nobody sees your code anywhere. Don't put anything on the net. Voila. It's a black box for everyone. So ideas. In the meantime, he's almost building, almost done building. We could have done the other job already. And the other job is go to the ALCI Calamares. Control C, Control V. Second job. Normally we would do an update packages. Let's do that. But it's exactly the same version at this point in time, so that's why there's no need for it. And then we wait for the other one to finish. Don't want to stress out my computer system, as it will be working kind of hard already. Just jumping down. That's done. The other one. So while he's busy, I have already something to move. This guy is ready in here. Don't need these guys. That was package building. That's coming from github.com/calamares/calamares. And oh, sorry, that's not coming from there. That was my mistake. This one, right? 12:19. Yep, 9:14. That's it. Okay, restore. That's a good guy. Yep, that's a good guy. Control X. Go to the repo, put it in here, Control V. So this one is an old one. Bye. You can leave it there as well. And then we do later on, we do a git. But first we need to wait for the other one. The other one is in here. He's building. He's making a package. Let's have a look at our data here, because I have to figure it out again. ALCI local repo. That's the folder I've used in the past. So Eric is not there. Eric is not building the Calamares. Never will. Okay, build yourself. You see me do it. It's not that hard. All the package builds already. We thought about it, what to include modules. You can rearrange it later on if you have got more knowledge about Calamares. You can change modules. I suggest you listen to ArcoLinuxISO.com, right? Because we've seen some more things in here in that particular website, because there we are looking at Calamares and what is possible. Here is just push ArcoLinux on it, boom, done, right? That's it. That's the only thing we want to do here. So that's done. This one can go, that one needs to go on the repo in here. So this one is an old one, fine. And then we push everything to the internet. I believe it was already open, but yeah, it's here, I guess. Yeah. And then we push it with a little script, git version 2, don't know if I need to put in a password. I believe so. Let me do that. Voila, that's done. So it's pushed to the net and everybody can enjoy the new Calamares. But when I'm not there, what then? You use these guys, any of these guys, right? Anything you build needs to go on the ALCI local repo. And what's in there? Just one thing, the wallpapers. So a very simple thing, wallpapers. Doesn't hurt anybody. So how to create a wallpaper, and not a wallpaper, how to add your local custom repo to ALCI is documented here and maybe in other articles as well. But that's strange. A strange reference to an article here. You guys start together? Yep, I have to look in that. That's the wrong video for sure. Thing is, it's all explained on the Arch Wiki. That's one thing. So there's a copy paste of the Arch Wiki, custom repo, and add it in there. So what I'll do, I'll probably read, you should probably read the ALCI ISO. Well, choose ISO, def, LTS, pure, Zen. So different variations of the same music. It's all building ArcoLinux with different, in this case, different Calamares, in this case with an LTS kernel, in this case with getting rid of everything that's possibly related to ArcoLinux or Chaotix AOR or anything else. So it's pure ArcoLinux. And here we're looking at the Zen kernel. So if you can do an LTS kernel, sure, a kernel, you can do a Zen kernel, and you can do a hardened kernel, and you can do your own private build kernels, and so on. Right? It's just comparing these two. What changes? What changes? Linux kernel, Linux LTS, LTS, Zen. Change. Why? Compare it, melt, see what's different. So, if we went into one of these guys, you'll see in the README, probably, it has been a long while, information about the keys and the key mirrors and the key rings. Yeah, all good, all good. ArcoLinux ALCI repo. Download this, download that. Installation script, dev out. GDM, all information for you. Let's do it. Control find local. Your own local repo. Okay, find. You can even add packages for your own personal local repo if you know what you're doing. Need the drivers. Okay, but I guess that's gonna be it in this article. There is one more, Arch ISO. Have a look there. That's concerning the Arch ISO application. And we do give you an example is ALCI local repo. So all you need to do is copy paste Control C, and I've put it in here. In here, ALCI example repo without the example, of course. So that's it. That's the only thing, ALCI local repo. And we reference to it. We make references. Couldn't be, maybe it's a good time. Oh, that's wrong. A good time to go over the tools again. Search with Catfish. That's a great tool. Search with Catfish. Okay. So local, probably, right? And then you see local, locale.conf, local, ALCI, local repos. Okay. Build the ISO local again. Fine. So that's in the hidden files. You can search the file contents. So that's inside a file. Where do we use the word master? Local. That's one. You can use RG, rip grep. That's the application. RG, and then local, and maybe underscore repo. Where can we find it? There. So in the pacman.conf. In the pacman.conf. That's important. We reference to a place. Now we're getting somewhere, right? And there is an example local repo as well. There is Platinum Searcher bin, which is going to show you probably the same thing. but in other colors. Voila. So now you know, with these small tools, you can go and look at code and find it without going in too much detail. You make your own thing. Maybe we should do, right? We should just do it. So GitHub, ALCI dev. Why I'm using this one? Because it contains something nice. Not this particular cat, but something nice anyway, XFCE. So you go down there and say, okay, I want to have the dev version. Let's build myself a Git version. Control C. And then on the desktop, like it sounds like a good place to start. But Alt N, I'm tired of the wallpaper. And then Git clone, Control Shift V. Oops. So Control Shift V is enough. Twice Git clone is not needed. So we got ourselves the scripts. That's it. Got ourselves scripts. Then you read, what should I do, right? I remember it has to do with the installation scripts. There is an example. You copy paste this over. Control C, and then I've put it in here. Control V. Is there a difference? Control V. This guy and that guy, is there a difference? Compare. I ran the updates and databases 14 July and 19 December. Okay, so that's the one from today, and that's the one I've copy pasted apparently on the 14th July. Okay, that's it basically. So you see, we can remove this one. The only thing we do here is F2 and delete example. That needs to go. Then you've got the same thing I've got. Okay, ALCI local repo. And whatever you have, packages of all kinds, in this case quite essential, Calamares. You open this one here, Super Shift Enter, you open this one there, and then we went to the repo, and we're gonna get this guy out. So ALCI Calamares and ALCI Calamares config. Well, it depends what we wanna, it depends what we wanna use or do, right? Maybe we should just do a Control Shift 2, so it's nicely like this. This I don't need. Those are databases. We can build databases. The ALCI Calamares, we've just built it. The configuration, you can rebuild it. Let's make a long video. Control C. Control V. I've got my ALCI Calamares 3.2 49.1. You've seen me do it, right? We've done that together. Then there's the other guy. That's the dev version. We've done that also together. Control C. Control V. Okay. Then we're gonna do the Calamares configuration. So you get the package build from online, and you see we have got the ALCI package builds. Now there are two guys we need to have, one for the Calamares and one for the Calamares dev. Okay, so we can actually rebuild it, and let's change the number so we know it's a rebuild of December. Don't change anything. You do whatever you want with the Calamares configuration. We have something that the repo does not. That's the point, right? We are doing something that the repo of ALCI does not have online. So that's one. Just change some numbers around. Of course, it's a lot more difficult if you're gonna change the config. Let's watch some videos on Carly, ArcoLinuxISO.com. And with it, you've got a combo of so much knowledge that you can create your own thing. So, what do I have? I have the ALCI Calamares. the def and the other one. Same for the configuration. So the tool is complete. Now I need to think about dependencies. What dependencies do I have? Well, actually, it's explained, right? It's explained in here. What do I need? All of this. Now, some of these things are just Arch. So who cares? The repos of ArcoLinux will supply it. Good. If there are things on there that coming from the AUR, you need to build. Okay, let's have a look. So the repo. This one done. All of these guys are just for special things. BTRFS, so another system, another file system, LTS, the LTS kernel, being super pure ArcoLinux stuff. All the rest is deleted, right? In Calamares, we tell them delete also this and delete also that. So there are no traces left behind of Calamares. So people will really think you've done the ArcoLinux wiki. And then ALCI DWM was an idea to have our own desktop purely for ALCI, not conflicting with the DWM. So it's our own ALCI DWM version, like Dusk is also a version of fork of DWM. So basically that's a fork of DWM. So we don't need that. We just put in Mateo or in XFC and all that. Then the Plasma Arch Paint colors for SDM. Who cares, right? Not important. ArcoLinux keyring, only important if you want to import our packages. So not important. ArcoLinux mirror list, where are the packages? Spices is for a tool to get the repos and the keys in. So again, not important. Chaotix keyring, not important at this point in time. This one we need, CKB comp. CKB comp. Now, what you do is you type yay CKB comp, and then you learn. We have it on our third party, but it's actually something you need to build. Okay, so that needs to go on your repo. In Calamares, you get this choice of keyboards. Remember all the Belgium QWERTY I need to do all the time. All right, that's it. That's required, CKB comp. Now, the CKB comp, we can do this. Easy way. Yay, Paru, Trizen, you choose. One of the things you can do, I'm gonna take this one. We can use the bin as well. Doesn't matter if it's out of date, but it does matter if the key is not okay, is corrupted. So voila, no problem. I'll take the second one, third one actually, number 3. Failed to commit thing because we have it already. Okay, that's okay. All I wanted to do is go to Control H, go to cache, and have a look around. Yay! So we got already CKB comp in here actually. So it's well, yeah, I didn't know that. So basically, here it is. This is what you need. That's the package build you need to build one. So you move this thing to the place where it should be, where you want to keep it around. Like for instance here, just putting it here, but you make a nice folder and all that, and then you say make the package. Let's see if it still builds. So the reference to it is wrong. The reference here is out of date, and actually it's easily solvable. Oh yeah, let's include that as well. So he wants to go to here. Control C. So Control V. And what do you know? They've updated their number. Now I have to check again. Here it is. So 12021. And what's the name? Console is set up. Console is set up. Console is set up. Set up. With Linux, without Linux. Without Linux, I think it was. Console is set up and then numbers. Console is set up and numbers. Console is set up and numbers. So here we start 193.205.207 is the last one, I guess. 207. Yeah. That's it. So go and get me package version. Here it is, package version 207. Compile everything and all the rest stays the same. And let's see how that works. So desktop, make package. Not a good idea to put it on the desktop. Lots of filthy things here. And what you get a new package in, and this, the checksums are for the old package. Oh yeah, I need to update the checksums. So update back, and that's it. Type tab and let the thing do its work, and then you go arrow up, make package. Done. So I've got myself a new package. So this guy is a very, very, very last thing. Now, if you got an earlier thing, like maybe even 20 versions ago, right? Things will still work. It's just maybe new languages or new keyboards or something like that. But it will. The main things, the main languages have been there like for ages. So that said, I have to put it in my repo, my local repo. Maybe I should add my local repo to the list here. Voila. And then we have this one as well. ckb comp is there. Now this needs to go into a nice folder, right? But actually only the one I need. Did I make a mistake here? What's this doing here? tar_zst. Okay, it's the same thing. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's okay. So put it in a nice folder, make packages or something, and put it in there. ckb comp up, and put it there. Anything else I should look out for? Oh, this one. So we were here. Downgrading is not necessary. Make init CPO is again necessary, and Sublime Text is not necessary. So this guy needs to be built as well. Again, you can find the package build in here. So make init, make init CPO. It's this thing, and let's do a paru this time. Make init CPIO. Let's see what we get already. Lots of things, right? So you need to type some more. So open swap. Well, make init CPO hook to open swap at boot time. So it's something we need. It's installed, and AOR 0.1. If I run it again, proceed with installation, it's gonna build it and install it. I'm not gonna install it, Control C, but I'm gonna look at the package build. So in the cache, you can also only download the package build instead of building all that, but just making it quick and fast here. Make init CPO, that's it. So that's actually, I have got it already, right? Actually, I could just dump it in here. It's there. There it is, ZST, a Linux term, executable, exe, right? It's there. So you want to keep this around and update it later on. You can always do you see the folder.git, which means that later on, a month later, you do git clone and you get it back in git pull, of course, git pull, and then stuff, the new stuff comes in. But frankly, this thing hasn't changed like years. I don't know if we can see this, but it really hasn't been changed in a long time. So voila, we're done. We've got all our packages. So the same thing could have been done with, oh, not compare, with make package again, but Eric, you're doing the same thing, you get the same result. Where's the terminal? Make package. So it's exactly the same thing. Voila, make package, you got it, you move it, boom. All right, we've got our local repo. Now you would think that would be okay. No, you got your databases. These guys tell Pacman where is the package, what packages do you have. So we need to run the update databases, which is another way of saying go update this. Well, you can do it another way, right? But this has been done like for 4 years, and I never change a winning team. If it works, it works, and voila, we stay. But basically, this is it. We could have done it another way. But we remove the databases first, and then you go for man repo add and see all the switches. What is man? An N, what's an R? And basically that's what we run. So I need to do that, otherwise I can't build the databases. I can't build my ISO. All right, so the databases are created, repo, the database, and it knows now, yeah, those are the packages present in my local repo. We're talking about Eric is not there, everything needs to be built, and GitHub is down and whatever. Well, you need to be able to get the git clone from GitHub for sure, but it will not be down. So you got everything local. That's the idea, the topic of the video. Figure it out to get to go local. So you put this somewhere safe, and now I have to tell the system. It's a long video, right? Now I have to tell the system, forget about ArcoLinux and all that. Who's in control? Pacman. Pacman is in control. Perl. Colors, nice colors. ALCI repo. No. ALCI repo is down. Not gonna use it. ArcoLinux repo. No. ArcoLinux does not exist anymore. They stopped developing. The horror. No, I'm just joking, right? Later on the day I'll hear, are you stopping? No, we're not. We just started. So we're sticking to Arch. We can make the decision, right? We can make the decision. Why not multilib? Make the decision. It's a choice. You can use the multilib testing or community testing if you want. Wouldn't advise it, but okay, it's a choice, just another choice. Chaotix AOR, we don't want that either. Whoops, what's that? So we're pure Arch. At this point in time, we're telling whatever, we're pure Arch. Now I wonder, did I not put the local repo somewhere in here? Up here. ALCI local repo. Yes, that's the folder we want to use, right? And sig level, optional, trusted only, and server file. In my case, this works, right, Eric? In my case, this works. So the pathway is important, obviously. So home Eric exists. And then the repo is a variable. That's the name of the folder. So it happens, right? ALCI. So this thing is the same. And that's why you shouldn't change it, right? Because it's there. ALCI local repo, check. Arch is x64 and, well, x86-64, and that's that. It will work. It knows where to go. The files are at home, Eric, and then ALCI local repo gets it from here. x86-64 gets it from Pacman itself. Okay, We're good, huh? We're set. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back. We were on the desktop in the Arch ISO in here. Save. Control A, Control C. There's another guy. AI root file system, etc. Let's open this one and have a look. So, one of the things I do not get, that ArcoLinux does not include this by default. So make sure the parallel downloads is on. So what we see here is all the same again. We don't want ArcoLinux repo. We don't want, we do want multilab here. So that's okay. We don't want Chaotix AOR. So Control A, delete, Control V. Now we have exactly the same thing as the other guy. Yep, parallel downloads is there. Local repo is there. ALCI is dead. ArcoLinux is dead. Chaotix is dead. Pure Arch, Pure Arch, Pure Arch, multilib, some extra thing for some games or something. And Chaotix is dead as well. So that's the world around us. That's what we want to achieve. Whew. I have the feeling I thought of everything. And the only thing to know that is to test that. So installation scripts 40 or 30. Let's do a 30. What's the difference? That's the difference. If we do this, we clean our cache. In the var cache packages will be deleted when I press this button and everything comes in again. So var cache packages. Yes, please. And this is for the unused repositories. I don't know what it is. It's called database. So that's so, oh yeah, that's somewhere else. Yes, you see the URL here, the pathway. That's why. Somewhere else. We don't see that here. Time to test. Yep, time to test. What I do is this. And then I roll over to other computers and keep working there, because then I know visually that guy's building. I need to check it again later on. So we need to figure it out. There it is. He says he can't do that. Error, target not found. Oh, well. So good. Then we keep working at it. So we've told him to install things that he doesn't have. Of course he will bug out and say, I don't got it. All right. So all the way down, maybe plain text, back to Perl, all the way down. So sure, Xcursor Suite, I believe that's from Chaotix. And that is from Chaotix, and that's from Chaotix. And that was my wallpapers that I don't have anymore. And that's the keyring. Well, do we have it? Doesn't matter. Voila. Save. You can do it again, and it will show again what things are not there. So ALCI DWM Nemesis, ALCI DWM Nemesis, go up, go up, go up, go up. That was our idea to create our own desktop, our own fork of DWM. So now we have our Calamares. We go for SEDM, we can go for LightEDM, we can go for you keep on reading. Here's our dependency. Make init CPIO, CKB comp has to be in there somewhere. Xorg server. Well, it doesn't need to be in here because it's dependency of Calamares, so it will ask for it. Simple. So dependencies shouldn't really be in there, but it's humanly interesting to put it in there. The only effect is maybe it will be installed twice, and that's it, a second longer. What else? So this is pure Arch up here, didn't change anything. So if you're wondering, maybe you should quickly go there, just quickly. I make it long, but I hope it's gonna be complete, that people really get the picture where everything is coming from. So user, share, Arch ISO. Look at all the versions we have. We make copies, so we know we jumped from there to there, melt. We jumped from there to there, melt, and so on. We keep on track of what's going on with the Arch ISO application. And there's more than just this folder. Okay, let's try it then. Let's see. Okay, so Linux firmware, that's Linux 5.15.10 for you. GCC is there. I've deleted everything, right? It needs to download every single package now. So it's gonna take a little bit longer. And in the meantime, I'm gonna ask him, where are you getting your files from? From ArcoLinux mailtunnel.eu. It's not that bad. I have to remember the name, mail tunnel. So servers are around you, around the globe. And the one that's closest to you and always up to date and always fast and always online, that's the one you want to have, right? But they're still computers. They can have problems. They're not synced, partially synced, they're down, they're slow, they're crowded. Right? A lot of people want to download there. So they got a spike and everything goes down, goes slowly. That happens. Change the server. We're building our own thing. Again, the idea is ArcoLinux is down, it's gone. Don't talk about ArcoLinux anymore. Chaotix server, don't talk about it anymore. It's down, it's gone. And we're going for pure Arch and Calamares. That's it. What we've done now is pure Arch. We're getting XFC, was it? Let's have a look. What do we get? Read what we get. We get SDDM, OS Prober, so other computers can go on there, Windows 11 or 10, right? We have a network manager. We can have internet with a small little button down there. We've got our self internet, so this guy. We've got Xorg server. Yeah, not in a black screen. We boot up something graphical. And base development is there, Linux headers are there, and we have XFC. So if you choose Mate, you type Mate. If you want Plasma, you type Plasma. And it's simple as that. So on ArcoLinuxISO.com, in the Kali project, we made the decision to install Plasma, but not the complete Plasma, a more stripped down version, otherwise the ISO is just too big. All the rest is out. So you can read and know what you get by reading the packages, all the pieces of the puzzle, all the Lego blocks from ArcoLinux, and this is theirs. That's their idea of an ISO without a graphical interface, without Calamares, but with today, I would like to try that today again, with Arch install scripts, or is it the other name? I think that's the name. I have to look at it again. It's a TTY installation. Last time I tested it, it didn't work in VirtualBox, so maybe this time around it does. So maybe a thing for people, look at this line. Why did we make an alias called Scal? Why did we make an alias called Scal? Every Linux distribution out there copies the content of etc Scal into the user's home. Voila, that's why. If you want to deliver your user a certain wallpaper, a certain bash rc, zsh, fish aliases, if you want to give him an XFCE setting, if you want to give him a Plasma setting, it's all gonna be in etc Scal. Everything gets copy pasted over and he sees your wallpaper, your aliases. And that's the idea, to give him a working system, and maybe a beautiful working system. So that's the etc scal. Lots of articles on ArcoLinux.com and on YouTube, or YouTube channel of ArcoLinux, about scal, because it matters. And we do make backups. If you type scal, your .config is changed, and we make a backup of it, so you can always compare. Right mouse click, compare two files, compare two folders. Beautiful tool. I think I'll shut up and pause the video. What about that? Hey, voila, it's out. 1.3 gig, which is actually not that much, considering that there's a lot of stuff that Calamares needs that will go out afterwards. But that, of course, people don't know when they see the numbers. Oh, it's a lot bigger than ArcoLinux. Yes, of course. You need to have the tool Calamares to actually build it, and XFC is included, and so on and so on. So super F7. That's the dev version we've built. Choose a disk file, has to go in here. We need to have the correct one, so the 19th of December. So look at the thing, we've deleted a few things, so it's a little bit smaller than one from the 13th. And we start up, on the wrong screen, obviously. Why would it not be on the right screen? So this is your Arch thing. We did not do anything to the thing. ArcoLinux ISO, I mean. In Carly, in Carly, we want to have a nice logo of Carly. That's where we explain it on ArcoLinux ISO.com. That's where you go much deeper. This is just boom. I want to have a graphical installer. Don't like ArcoLinux installer. Don't get it. I don't get it. It's just black screen, and well, that's how to do it. So XFC session, that's our choice. Live user, you just put enter and you're in. And then we wonder, do we get Calamares? Wow, yeah, we got it. It's still called Alci installer, just a name. And maybe have a look, 49.1, that's the one we created together. Choose your language. American English is good for everybody. Everybody knows a little bit English. Belgian. Yeah, that's my problem always, Belgian. We've made all the decisions here, so whatever, choose. Choosing is losing. And off we go, installing our stuff. Choose here as well, up to you. Et voila, that's all we need to do. Figure out a way to get Calamares on there. Super Shift Enter, since we're waiting. Super Shift Enter doesn't work. Why? It's an ArcoLinux keyboard shortcut that we've included, so I'm missing it. It's never included. It's not been in the etc scal. Ooh, we should take a look there. What is in etc scal, Eric? That's something you're gonna ask later on. Otherwise, Control H. Remember, this is it. Nice bash RC with plenty of aliases. That's it. Only thing I've put in here, it seems, is to enable VBox service. How? So I can share between the machine, the guest, and the host, right? For sharing files between them. EVB, enable VBox service. Screen RC and X resources. That's something we've done to have a nice, beautiful font. I really am proud finding that somewhere I found on the internet. That's how it goes, right? Is it this one? Xterm. Yeah, look at the font. Oh, nice. Local repo. So we need to get rid of that later on once installed. That's true. Oh, that's an improvement, eh? And with the rest, ZSH. Why did you say that? Mousepad. Why can't I just drop it in there? No, it's dropped in there. It's just a dialog. So guys, not much to look at, eh? That's etc scal. Nothing. This is mine, and all the rest is coming from somewhere else. Restart. So we have to finish up later on with a fix of the pacman. Put existing OS, ArcoLinux it says, and you can boast to people, hey, I have ArcoLinux, and everything is fine. Voila. And you got yourself a lot of work to do, because sudo pacman -s neofetch. And then we have to do some stuff. Okay, let's see, database file. Let's first, before we forget it, go to the folder itself. If the pacman.conf is ready and the one that you want on the internet, that you want on your future system, obviously it will not be including the ALCI local repo, because that's your local computer system. So this one needs to go, so that's, we don't forget it. Okay, that's the only thing on the future system. So AI arch ISO root file system etc, that one, the future system, shouldn't hold the repo for Calamares or CKB comp, right? Doesn't make sense. So that needs to go out. And now we go back and figure things out further. So the same applies here, of course. Yeah, tools. Sudo. Yeah. Do I have internet? Wired connection. I think I have internet. Ping google.com. I've got internet. Okay. Then we need to go to the file system. etc. Let's have a look at, well, actually, nano etc pacman.conf, et voilà, on y est. Oh, Control X, sudo, be in charge. Can I do a Control plus? No, Control plus, yeah, voila, bigger. So, where is the local repo? There is the local repo. You're out. So next time around, if you build it again, this will be like that. That's saved. Sudo pacman -s. Let's get the updates in. Et voila, we're pure Arch, right? As you can see, there's nothing more than just us, the Arch guys. Neofetch. And we can say to people, look at that, I've got myself an ArcoLinux system with an XFCE 4 terminal and monospace 12 on my Intel i7 7700K on VirtualBox. Look at the memory. Some people think it's important with 32 gigabytes. I don't think it's important at all, but here you go, a number memory. So now it's up to you to, well, install Pulse Audio maybe, and choices between Pulse Audio and Pipewire, choose, and make a lot of changes. And also this, I don't like this to be on my desktop, so things like that you can change. The settings, the icons, what icons do you want there, don't want them, don't want them, don't want them. And that goes basically in your etc scal, and the user will get the etc scal and you will see this. But you need to get the settings. And where are the settings? Maybe end with that. So on Eric, Control H, there's the .config. Control C, Control V, that's all it takes. Then change the wallpaper. For instance, the desktop settings, yeah, right? This one, nice desktop setting. Then install melt, sudo pacman -s melt. And then 4 years later, you have 30 ISOs and 25 desktops. Right mouse click, melt, doesn't exist, is a custom keyboard shortcut that we have. So development, maybe, yeah, melt. File comparison? No. Directory comparison? Okay. And then easy, drop. What changed? What should I put in my etc skel? We should put in etc skel a .config with an xfc4, with an xfcconf, with an xfc per channel XML, and only these two guys. That's it. But even this guy is not needed. It's just some settings of Thunar. But this one is needed. Why? It says alone GPG. And here it says XFC verticals PNG. So we've decided to put, and just on that one, on monitor, so it all matters. I'm actually saying this for somebody who's building an ISO, and that's, we need to check out the names. You'll see in ArcoLinux I have a long list of names, and each time XFC just looks at that. Monitor VGA1, workspace 0, alone. But workspace 1 will be XFC verticals. I don't know if we can see this here, but it's a different way of noting everything, and it has to be different here, the property name. Voila. Anyway, so compare, and all the things that are changed because of you. Because of you changing something to the panels, say, I don't want to have this panel down here. So right mouse click, I suppose, remove, and again, melt, but you can't do that. But I can do the following tip. Development, melt, file, open recent, config. The panel is gone. That's changed. That's changed. So that those lines are changing everything. I've just deleted some launcher or something. So panel preferences. Boom. You're out. That's the panel. So again, hub, refresh. That's the panel. So we have these guys, launchers and all that, but the panel is actually gone now. And here we have the panel 2. That's the big chunk. Panel 2 is out. And then you keep on figuring out things, moving this down there, changing to whisker menu or something else, right mouse click, adding CPU, plugins, etc. It's all up to you. Everything has to go etc skel, so the user gets it. So you create packages for XFCE, PSP, WM, Plasma, and so on. 58 minutes and 26 seconds. I hope it gives you an overview and also a video that will last for over time. That you can always say, Calamares has not been built by us. Watch the video, right? Be independent. I always strive that my students become independent of the teacher. Furthermore, I hope they get further than I, and further than me, that I can really excel and become smarter than me. That's the goal of every teacher, I hope. It's anyway my goal. Said that, gonna put this video online, and well, I'll add the CKB comp there as well, since we have now a new CKB comp. I can add it to the repo as well, why not? This little guy. I'm just waiting for the video to be exactly 1 hour. Here it is, 2.5. So the difference between 2.05, 2.07, it will not be huge, right? Small changes. All right, he wants to be in there in the video. Duolingo US. All right, cheers, I'm out.